Welcome to the FAL NFT Podcast. Today is October 19th, 2021, and on this show, we are going to be covering all things non-fungible. In other words, NFTs. I'm Jeff. I'm a cryptocurrency trader and an NFT consultant at FAL.
I'm Drew. I'm a cryptocurrency consultant and photographer at FAL.
All right, so we're going to get into the top 3 sales of the week like always. Number 1, we have Bored Ape Yacht Club, number 5199. It went for $1.58 million or 425 Ethereum. That happened 5 days ago. The next we have is Crypto Art Monetization Genesis. That went for 1.24 million, 320 Ethereum. That's another meme one. If you want to know, if you want to scroll down and see, it's pretty funny.
That looks like it's pretty cool. It's like a Homer Simpson with like Pepe the Frog type.
It's mad clean, it's a really clean artwork. I know it's a meme. Cool. It's kind of stupid, but the overall picture itself is definitely done by somebody with a little bit of talent. Definitely. Maybe a lot of talent, honestly. All right, so the next one, the most interesting one in my opinion, is Digital Zone of Immaterial Pictorial Sensibility. So this project is really interesting to me. So are you looking at this one, Drew?
Is that the background with the clines or?
Yeah, you could find this one on DAP Radar. It's the number 3 sale right now, guys.
Wow.
But this one to me is really cool. I mean, it's so stupid, so simple, but the artist got the artist got his inspiration from an older artist from the 50s who sold a glass bottle of air for 14 carats of gold.
Wow.
14 gold ingots, I'm sorry. The buyers received the receipt of a zone of immaterial pictorial sensibility. Years earlier, he had emptied a gallery while he whitewashed all the walls. He invited people in to see the immaterial work, and guests were served a cocktail that turned their urine blue. This is Yves Klein from Yves Klein from 1962. So this Mitch Chan, the creator of Digital Zone of Immaterial Pictorial Sensibility, I'm sorry, that's a real tongue twister, created this project in light of NFTs just to display a blank smart contract. Just like an immaterial bottle of air, he's doing smart contracts now. And I just thought it was real cool that it went for $1.5 million.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first NFTs ever created in 2017.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of those ones from that 2017, 2018, those earlier times are having value in ways that were similar to like art, fine art. It's taking time for them to get their value, but they're showing real value, some of them. Not all of them, but like there are some that came from that 2017 time, and it really does make a somewhat of a difference too,
Yeah, it's cool when they go back and I guess NFT. The point of an NFT, or the point I'm trying to make, maybe I rambled a little bit too much about it, is that it just proves ownership. Just like Yves, how do you pronounce his name again? I'm sorry.
Yves
Klein. I believe, yeah. Just like Yves Klein provided customers with the certificate of ownership. That's really all art is ownership. That's all it comes down to. Anybody could download a file. Anybody could take a picture.
But yeah, who can verify? That's where the blockchain comes in NFTs. I mean, the verification of it is great because it's always verified, and you can verify it from anywhere, your phone, your laptop, wherever, because the blockchain, see what's on the blockchain from anywhere.
All right, so what do you think about Steam banning crypto-based games and NFTs? That's the next topic we got to get into.
I'm as a PC gamer, I am upset. I do not support this decision. I wonder if, similar to other companies, they're worried about regulatory clarity. I think that might be one of the reasons that they may be going down this route, just because they're afraid that if, and I also read into the article too, they said that Steam doesn't allow for anything with real world value to be circulated on their platform, basically. Now,
That's
the
pretty
issue,
terrible.
yeah, yeah. So for a variety of reasons, that's a problem. Not only does it close off millions of gamers from possible financial opportunities, etc., from things that are, just playing games, and now it's like you can make it into like a real side business or side hustle in some ways. And I think it's kind of just bowing to the fear of what the SEC will choose. And I think it's kind of needless because they're not going to be able to do anything. They're really not going to be able to do much. What are they going to do to stop, like open seeing these things? They're not going to be able to.
Nah, it's gonna be really expensive if they want to do that, and I don't know if they have that kind of tax money behind them. They're in a lot of debt themselves, so I don't know if the government's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, and even if they legit
want to go tit for tat with all these companies.
Yeah, they're definitely not gonna want to, and even if they wanted to, which they definitely want to if they could, but logistically, I don't think they're going to be able to, and that's where they can run into some issues because if they're trying to regulate something that doesn't have the traditional sense of centralization, who are you gonna go after? That's the way they model
real thing.
A lot
that's
of
the
their
real problem about
enforcement.
all of
Yeah.
this is if there's no centralization, you kind of have to go after the community, but most of the
Yeah.
community might not live in the United States. You don't know. Like it's a
Exactly.
borderless thing. So who really is the one that should be responsible for doing this? It's a good question. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't tell you the answer of it. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Should there be some world police of crypto?
and this is the thing. I feel like this is going to be something where the overall community weeds out a lot of the nonsense because, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of nonsense in the NFT community, but Steam specifically banning this I think it's going to hinder them more than help them. And I think in the long run, they're going to realize this, and maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but I think in the long run, they'll realize they'll turn this ban around because it's just a dumb business move, in my opinion. But I understand with these large companies who are already making lots of profit, they just don't want to incur unnecessary risk.
Yeah, it's more about the risk.
Yep. That's
They're really a gaming company. It's tough for them to have to think about
navigate the financial laws.
Dealing with the SEC. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's a whole nother level. Like
that's a whole other
like,
legal department that you need. Yeah, I mean,
so I think they're gonna follow up with people like that.
I think what's good. Yeah,
Epic is huge.
I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna go similar to how the platforms. I think certain games like Epic, like certain game like Activision. I think it's gonna have like developers and producers and developers like in the gaming community or gaming production companies. Like that's where I think we're gonna start to see a lot of like NFTs like one off on their own. Like Ubisoft will have, I think, may have like eventually their own like NFT marketplace. Who knows, one day, like all these different, I feel like we're gonna start to see that more and more, similar to how we've seen cable streaming, how every channel on cable now has its own streaming service.
Nah, that's very true. It's got to be the stream. Like the streaming is, it's definitely taken over. Times are definitely changing, and it's changing faster than anybody could really keep up with. So
yeah,
because you're gonna need that hole filled sometime soon. And
all right, you want to move on to the second topic?
Yes. All right, so we got I was doing a little bit of research the other day, noticing NBA Top Shot got an article in Cointelegraph highlighting that the volume in sales has skyrocketed after retro NBA Top Shot packs went on sale the other day. I think Friday they dropped. Daily volume jumped over 440%. They have
That's
3
crazy.
tiers of rarity from common to legendary. The volume has dipped since the launch 2020. They were doing over 700 million
Yeah,
in sales at one time, which is pretty insane.
so they actually have hosted over 700 million in sales since their drop in July of 2020 on their own marketplace, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. I mean, they've moved a billion in a little over a year, which in a very speculative market like NFTs, that's pretty crazy, man. That's a lot of money being moved into that.
Yeah, I wish I was able to get into it a little bit earlier. I'm trying to do a little bit of research before I start buying any of these cards. I mean, I do like the idea, but there's so much mixed opinions on the project out there. Like there's some people that do say it's kind of pointless, it's kind of stupid, and those are people that are in NFTs already. So I think
Yeah.
they need to like really dig deep and add more of an element to it to get the regular fan in.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of the. I think that's a broader issue of the NFT community too, bringing people outside of the NFT community into these sub communities within the NFT community. You know, like NFT sports is it's limitless options. Honestly, like really, I think that's where we're gonna see, like with Top Shots, some of the first like really mainstream NFT projects, because collectors are big in sports memorabilia, etc. So I just feel like it kind of goes hand in hand, and eventually will in a lot of ways.
And we also got NBA kickoff tonight. We got some good games coming on tonight. I'm hyped. I'm definitely gonna watch these games coming up. We got the Brooklyn Nets playing the Bucks, and then we got the Golden State Warriors against the Lakers at 10. I think you're gonna get some Top Shot moments out of tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and that's interesting too. Like they could actually use, yeah, and that's you're right. You're touching on something too that talks about the potential of what they can do, man. I mean, it's gonna be really awesome to see, especially in like playoff seasons and stuff. Like as they keep, add moments and stuff with different
Well, they're starting to
collections,
add
etc.
throwbacks. Like
Yeah.
these included Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson. Dwayne Wade, that was the first year that he won an NBA championship, was '06 with Shaq. So that was
Wow.
this season that they just released moments for. But you needed a certain collector score, so you needed to collect cards from before this week. I think a collector's score of 100. They have some kind of points reward system to where if you hold on to a certain amount of your NFTs, they'll reward you collector points, and then in turn you'll be able to buy packs other people won't.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
No, that's definitely a little aspect that's pretty
Yeah.
cool about them.
Yeah. You want to move on to our third topic on Rarible?
All right, so Rarible is now going to allow users to not pay the gas fee. When they are minting their NFT. Instead, the buyers will pay the gas fee, which is a little bit of a game changer because I don't know how familiar you guys are with OpenSea, but when you go and you buy an NFT at Mint, you have to pay through the site. You connect through their website, you connect your MetaMask or whatever other wallet you're using, and then they send it to your wallet, and then it'll pop up on OpenSea, of course. But this, instead, they're allowing everything to come through them, and then the buyer to do that same gas-only transaction that the founders usually put in right away. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a game changer too. That being said, I mean, it doesn't completely solve the gas fee problem. It kind of just
No.
transfers it. That is the one thing that
Yeah,
I
that's the
guess
thing.
it places it on the buy. Yeah, it places the burden on the buyer side, which makes sense. It definitely makes sense in regards to comparing it to how OpenSea just does it.
I like that
definitely
it's an option.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that it's a good thing, especially while gas fees are probably arguably one of the largest technical problems with NFTs right now.
No, of course, and that's the real problem with NFTs, and that's the problem with Ethereum. That's the problem with most of the crypto space. This doesn't really solve it, and that's kind of the problem about it. But it just puts a different option in the minter's head. I think they're gonna get a lot
Definitely does.
more. They're gonna get a lot more people that are looking to sell their NFTs through them, and I mean that'll probably in turn increase volume down the line. So
Yeah, and I
it's
mean,
gonna
even
benefit
with
them.
it's true, it's true. I mean, even just having that, it helps people plan a little better too. I think because it's like, all right, you don't have to directly include gas fee cost for the minting aspect of it when you're trying to plan your profit margins, etc., that you want to may take or that you want to achieve when you're minting, a project right out of there. That's cool. I think just from an accessibility standpoint as well, it makes it better. It makes more creators more willing to get into it because then it's like, all right, it's already created. So if the demand is there and somebody wants it, they buy it. It's one less obstacle for creators, and I think that's really good.
Yeah, that's the real thing is that this industry it's widening. There's gonna be more options
Yep.
other than NFC, other than OpenSea, which is the important thing. I mean, it might not be a problem-solving factor, but it doesn't make everything one way or another thing another way. There's
Yep.
multiple different ways to mint your project now. There's gonna be a lot of avenues to sell your projects, sell projects that already exist. I mean, that's gonna be the beautiful part about all of this industry is that the
Yeah.
decentralization will make it the best it could be.
It's true. It's true because it also makes it so it's transparent. You can really see where it's going. You can see which has its own issues in itself, of course, for market manipulation, specifically with NFTs. But it's a separate topic. But yeah, I think it really does because the wider I think NFTs are going to be one of those things where it may be even more commonly used than other parts of the cryptocurrency industry as well because in its simplest form it's easier to understand and comprehend than many of the more complex topics that are in the cryptocurrency industry, and it could be used for so many things, marketing, so many business things, etc.
I think that's all, folks.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of blockchain. We got a lot of blockchain, a lot of NFT talk, like always. You can
Yeah.
thank you guys for being here. Thank you for tuning in. You could follow me on Twitter at CryptoHefe720, and you could follow Drew at Drew Feliciano. You could follow the official FAL Crypto Consultants Twitter at CryptoFAL. FAL is a one stop shop for all of your cryptocurrency needs, from answering questions for new people to bigger institutional clients. We're there for you. Our team houses a wide array of cryptocurrency experts. Go to cryptofal.com. That's cryptofal.com to learn more.
Bye, guys.